long can I live the lie until it becomes the truth? That's the real question here.
He's racist like me for real.
If I lie 100%, do I become the thing I lie about?
I really hope that, like, in the future, if this ever does become a thing, and I mean, this is probably going to cut out of the episode, but if this ever does become a thing, I really hope that at some point, like, I do have some people who are, like, defending the fact that it's satire, that we live in the South.
I mean, they already
are.
Like, in fairness.
I guess that's true.
I already saw that in comics. Oh, the comments where people were like, "This is obviously just
it's
them being
really
over the top."
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it must be modern day society. It must say something where people are like, I don't know, you know.
Well, yeah, people love to be contrarian, and
I mean, hell, you love being
I do. I like being contrarian, but like only
also
for like
people,
the funnies, for the giggles.
Yeah,
but people love like rage bait.
That's true.
Like they want to get mad.
Yeah,
like they want to have that righteous indignation. You know.
I had I wrote a review for Pal World and I sent it to our channel artist and she sent back like, all right, I mean like the review will be good, but you can't just like shit on the game like 3 seconds in. You know, you're gonna get people who like just hate it.
you
and
gotta
are mad.
at least wait 10 seconds.
And I was like, nah. I mean, those people, if they're showing up, then and they get mad, I mean, they're gonna comment, they're gonna dislike it, and that's gonna still be interaction on the video.
It feeds the algorithm.
For some reason, YouTube works in this dumb fucking way where as long as people interact with the video in any way, then it's a good thing.
Yeah, like you can,
it's advertising.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. Is you can like we could legitimately come on this podcast every day and just shout the N-word for an hour.
We could,
like
and it would probably make
unironically, and get tons of dislikes, right? And for whatever reason, the way until YouTube would obviously shut that down,
right?
But assuming that didn't happen, if we got massive dislikes, that would still be enough to like put us in somewhere.
And that's the plan going forward.
And then people would write essays about us, about how we drove up engagement by being the worst person ever. Or something.
Yeah, literally Hitler.
Yeah, we could be Aaron Paul.
It always rolls back around to Hitler.
We could be Aaron Paul.
We could be Aaron Paul. Oh, welcome to the AnythingCast, by the way. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I'm Aaron Paul.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Yes.
How many times are we going to do this bit in the whole podcast? This is like the 17th time we've done this bit where you say somebody else and then we can't stop lying. You're not Aaron Paul, you're
Fine,
Will Smith.
I'm Will.
Yeah, you're Will Smith.
Come here.
Hey.
Woo, we did the joke. Hey, did you guys hear that Steam...
Sorry, I had your wife's pussy in my mouth. Excuse me.
Sorry, guys. This is the third episode. We don't ever record 3 episodes. This is the third episode we're going to record tonight. So this one might be a little bit fucking weird.
So if it sounds like we've been eating pussy for 2 hours, that's
true.
what it is.
Oh my God. Are your jaws hurting?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
Beef curtains came down like a stage.
You ever eaten pussy, Will?
Huh?
You ever eaten pussy?
Nah.
You seem like the type of guy who wouldn't be into it.
I think I would be though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
My fetish.
Hell yeah. We gotta get Will some pussy, dude.
Yeah. Assertive women come at me.
With a knife.
I'd say pussy first. Headshots with the pussy.
We're going out to drink on St. Patrick's Day. You want to come?
When's Patty's Day?
It's March, right?
Yeah. Sometime in March.
I mean, like what day of the week?
I have no idea.
We're going on the weekend. We're going on the day when the bars will be like having St. Patrick's Day stuff, you know?
Okay. Maybe.
We're
gonna get man, but you know.
Well, I mean, I know, but I mean, you like drinking, so.
Well, yes.
It's on March 17th.
Bar alcohol is more expensive than sad at home alcohol.
And I'll pay for it. I'll buy you drinks.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I need to go take a shit, and I'm super sorry.
Okay. Right now?
Yes, I seriously need to go take a shit. It's
2-person podcast.
Okay, 2-person.
I'll
Nice.
float it for a minute, and then I'll come back and save you guys.
Go to the one in my bedroom. It's better.
Okay. In your bedroom.
Yeah. All the way to the end of the hall on the right. Master bathroom.
Okay. Masturbate in your bathroom.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck. I love you. Thank you. Who says thank you to I love you?
I don't know.
What a fucking asshole.
People insecure.
Are you insecure?
All the time.
What about?
I don't know.
I'm insecure about my double chin. I don't like it.
I used to. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really.
Well, you can grow a beard. I mean, like it
it's
covers
true.
it up.
Before the beard, I was very insecure about the double chin situation.
I can't grow a beard. I legitimately can. I try and it just becomes whiskers.
Yeah, I've seen you with a beard. It's very patchy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dog shit. I can't grow a beard whatsoever.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Or it's just a chin strap.
Yeah, my dad can grow like the biggest
Your dad
fucking.
had a very good beard.
I know. He's got the craziest beard. You want to have the beard one day? You want to look like a Russian
I don't
monarch?
think I can get to that level of thickness.
I don't know. Looking at it, I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah?
You could probably do it.
You think I could have that like connection?
It would take ages.
That chest connection
I
that
mean,
all good beards have.
chest connection.
All good beards, like if you like face your chin just straight out in like a 90-degree parallel, like just perfectly come down and like connect to the chest.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. You know who needs a fucking like a luxurious beard is Reed.
Oh yeah.
Reed needs to grow that bad boy out just to go. Just let it go.
Do you think Reed would look good with a handlebar mustache?
I've seen him with a handlebar mustache, and no, he does not look good with a handlebar mustache. He does look good.
He should spike his hair.
He does look good with a mustache. He does spike his hair, kind of. I mean, get a little bit. He does a little bit in the front,
Like biker spike it.
like bikers, like so, like fucking what a mohawk.
Nah, but like mini spikes everywhere, like a ceiling.
Like okay, like popcorn ceiling.
Yeah, like a popcorn ceiling.
You should dye it white too. Yeah. I don't know, man. I
You
don't
should
really.
just take that spray and just.
That's what I looked like in middle school.
What, like popcorn ceiling?
Yeah. I had I spiked my hair up. I dyed my hair blonde,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I spiked my hair up because it was the fashion at the time. I wanted to look like I was in NSYNC.
You wanted to look, you look like a Backstreet Boy.
Exactly. I was so into Aaron Carter. I wanted to be Aaron Carter so bad. You have no idea.
Who was the kid from the Richie Rich kid?
The fucking the little kid from Home Alone.
Yeah.
His name is Macaulay Culkin.
Whatever happened to him?
He goes on Red Letter Media on YouTube now and hangs out. He's also in a
That's
band called the Pizza Underground where he does.
Red Letter Media is the one where basically they just air out a bunch of fucking laundry, right?
No, they do a fucking show about like they do a lot of stuff, but they do reviews of movies and they do like a thing called Best of the Worst.
What was that thing that Jaden Smith got on and just like was like, yeah, I fucked my son's best friend and you know I never loved Will Smith and all that shit. Red Table, I think. Or
Red
Round
Table.
Something like
Round
that.
Table?
Something like that.
The Red Round Table.
Yeah.
The round robin red
But
round
basically,
table.
she got on some show on the internet and was like, yeah, I fucked my son's best friend and stuff like that.
If that was Red Letter Media, it'd be a very strange show. Red Letter Media is just about movies, VHS movies
okay.
mostly, like just terrible B films, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then they just watch like it's where like everybody on the internet gets their like bad movies that are so bad it's good that you have to watch.
Oh.
Like JonTron, all those movies that
I
JonTron
just
covers.
find that naturally. Just
Yeah.
go on Amazon, guys.
Well, a lot of it is us, you knowing me and me watching Red Letter Media.
it's true. Well, but like, look, if you want to go find so bad it's good movie, just go to Amazon, sort by 3 stars or lower.
I wonder if they found The Room. They might be where the idea of The Room being the worst movie ever came from. Also,
no, that was either that guy with the glasses or AVGN.
was it? You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I am positive now that Doug Walker.
You know Mr. Plinkett?
made The Room famous.
You know Mr. Plinkett?
No.
Who did the Star Wars reviews
Yes.
where he's like,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
son is a piece of shit.
I hated those.
That's Red Letter Media.
Oh.
But that's like that's their most famous thing, but they don't do it anymore.
yeah, I hate that. I don't hate that guy. I just don't like what he did.
It's like a dead joke now. Like it's just not like that's not really. Even they, I think, don't think it's that funny anymore.
Yeah, I just don't find it was never funny to me.
It was such a thing at the time, though. I mean,
Yeah,
at the
it was
time, that
huge.
was huge.
Yeah, I remember it.
I bet you don't like it because there's a lot of like poop jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very crass,
yeah. I do not like crass humor.
which is ironic considering everything else about your personality.
I
But
know, right?
yeah,
I'm already shitty. I should just I should just like it.
yeah. What do we got on the topics, Will?
So Steam said that they were going to going hands off on monitoring, AI in video games.
Really, they're just gonna let people use AI?
Yeah,
stuff?
like basically like as long as it's not just like provably stealing, essentially, then they basically Gabe went, I don't care.
I mean, that's kind of the
Police-
best policy, right?
Police yourself.
Yeah, that's kind of the best policy.
I
Police
s-
with your wallets.
I suppose, like, I don't know. I think, Nick, the big thing, because people were kind of mad about it. I
Yeah.
think the big thing is what people would want is, like, for Steam to, like, just to have a way of being like, this game uses AI.
Well,
Like,
how would you though? Like, how would
that's
you?
what I was asking. Is how do you do that realistically?
Yeah, how do you investigate every game that comes on your platform and
Yeah,
be like,
well,
did they make
you'd
anything
have to
in this
get
with
a human
AI?
department.
Even then, I mean, like, how are you gonna like just be like, oh yeah, was this game made with AI or not? Like,
Yeah, it
and
would just be
like,
a checkbox, right?
like art assets too, like minor shit. How do you know that an AI didn't write the script? How do you know some of the dialogue is an AI?
Well, the way it was interesting to me is like it'd be like a checkbox, but like you could just not check it, right?
What?
So the way it explained to me is like it'd be like a checkbox system.
Yeah.
Like the developer would have to be like disclose that they used AI in some way or fashion.
Okay.
But
I
also
don't think they would do that.
Yeah, I'm like, well, why would they do that?
Yeah. Why would they just shoot themselves in the foot?
So y'all finally proved you could be racist without me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good for you, kids.
Yeah.
Good for you kids.
No, we were just saying that Steam has decided to go hands off with like monitoring what games do and do not use AI.
Oh, great.
Also, I'm
'Cause they
more
were
important.
already moderating everything so well before then.
Yeah.
I'm also just mostly interested. How'd your shit go? Is it good?
Nah, it was green and pasty.
Jesus Christ, are you okay?
Was it
I
hard
mean-
and solid or loose and liquidy?
What part of pasty sounds hard and solid to you?
The P part.
Paste?
Yeah, very hard P you put on
Yeah,
that.
it is a hard P. He's got you there.
Was a hard P.
Yeah.
Right.
You're usually a hard R kind of guy, but
you ever
No,
have
thank-
that shit where like you're like trying real like you're like and it just pops out everywhere?
that's every shit for me, dude.
You need
It's
some fiber.
every shit
you
for
need
me.
some fiber, my man.
No, I take kratom so often that my like I have to take a pill to make me shit.
Oh, wow.
You
yeah.
need some fiber.
That would just make it worse.
No, fiber makes you shit.
Fiber like makes your shit
coconut.
solid.
Why not do
Yeah.
coconut?
Coconut? I mean, because I take True Lance, and that shit, like, you just pop one of them and you shit normally, and it's like, okay,
okay.
well,
All right.
no big deal. You got the alcoholic shits, though.
That's
what I'm hearing.
I would imagine so, yes.
Yeah.
Though they've never been
Or the coffee
particularly well
shits.
solid.
The
Oh, yeah,
coffee
coffee and
alcoholic
alcohol, yeah.
shits. Yeah, that's probably not a good combo, I'd imagine.
Yeah, drank coffee a little while ago. You know,
Alcohol
and then
doesn't really
smoke a
give me the
cigarette,
shits
and
until
then
I'm
bam.
hungover. It just makes me want to piss all the time.
Oh, yeah. I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
absolutely.
it doesn't. Alcohol doesn't make you shit in and of itself. It's just after it's all been processed through your system and after you made all those terrible decisions of what to eat the night before, the alcohol shits are the result of the next day.
Also, Eric is constantly hungover because he's constantly drunk, so it's kind of
He-
like a
he
vicious
is-
cycle.
Can't really tell
I
the
mean,
difference
you guys
anymore.
wouldn't know this, but like I'm looking at Eric right now, and he looks just like Nicolas Cage from Leaving Las Vegas. Like
he does.
glassy-eyed, bit pudgy.
Yeah.
A hooker on his arm.
Yeah,
I've
he has a
I've been
bottle
meaning-
right now. He's not talking because he's drinking.
No, I'm not. That's
Oh
ridiculous.
my God. Look at him fucking covering it up on the show.
Like next thing, he's gonna be just fighting somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to be flipping a poker table.
Anyways, did
You
you
don't want me
guys?
to bite you. You might become a were racist.
A wareholic.
A
That's what you're
wareholic.
starting to turn into.
That's just called binge drinking.
Did you see that? An Ubisoft spokesperson said that we should become comfortable with not owning our games.
Yes. That's actually a slightly older quote, I want to say.
I think it is, but
Also,
it's come
he's
up.
right.
It's come
Yeah.
up recently. It's come back up into the zeitgeist recently,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, tons of influencers in gaming are saying that we have to resist this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, we all know how well those go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's that right here?
I agree that it's a problem. I just don't see any solution.
I own tons of video games personally. However, I don't.
I mean, we already don't own them because
If
like
Steam went
any Epic, Google Play, Ubisoft, EA, any
Yeah.
online store
I
has
just
a
don't give
user
into the
license
illusion.
agreement.
Yeah, I don't give into the illusion that I
Yeah.
own those games.
If Steam went bankrupt and shut down all their servers tomorrow,
You would
everything
not
you
have
own on
those
Steam, everything you owned on Steam would
And that's
just
awful.
disappear
There has
to
to
the
be a
ether.
way to fight back
but I
against
do
that,
have
right?
God Hand,
Well,
and that's what's
Oh,
important.
That
and you
is
don't have
true.
the original. You don't have the original front.
Yeah,
of
where
it.
he punched through the guy. No,
Yeah.
I don't have that. I've got
That's
the second one. But over $100 for God Hand.
Jesus.
So I fucking own that shit. I mean, at some point, it's just really a question of like, how much do you want to pay for a video game, and how much does it mean to you to like own it for forever?
Yeah.
And somebody can't take it away from you.
I haven't had a copy of like one of the discs broke a long time ago for Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. And I love the Onimusha series, even though the fourth one's definitely not the standout.
Yeah.
Like I want to play through the damn series sometimes. And on the topic of that one had some RPG mechanics. And I have a memory card that has all those characters at like level 90 plus.
Okay.
Okay. And you have New Game Plus in that. So I
Sure.
could just play through the whole game.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have to go through all the other stuff. I could
Yeah, you
just
get
jump
into the
in and
flow
play through
state.
it for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
You know, because you ever go back and replay a whole series from start to finish?
All the time, actually.
Yeah,
That's
like
that's
Metal
a thing.
Gear,
It's a me thing to do.
Resident Evil. You know, there's lots of like fun series out there. You can just go and grab like one of the earlier or the first iterations and just roll through it. You know.
Mhm. What's your point?
Well, like you were saying,
Don't interrupt him. He'll get to it.
you spent $100 on God Hand.
Yeah.
I spent $30 on a new copy of Dawn of Dreams. What's it called? Yeah, Dawn
I
of
think
Dreams.
so. Yeah. You'd be right to do so.
Yeah,
If
just
it's
because I
important
want to
you.
do it because it had some nostalgic importance to me. I want to give it another run through again.
Exactly.
I think the
and
big thing for me-
Onimusha. Wait, hold on. Onimusha 4 is 2-disc game, all that kind of stuff. I get it. There's only one disc in it. It's Onimusha 3. I was like,
Jesus
No.
Christ.
huh.
You've been fucked.
You've been
You've
fucked.
been fucked.
You've been
No,
fucked
here's the
over.
funny thing is we had actually been in contact with the seller because it was an individual seller. And we tried to buy it when everything iced over. And he was having winter weather in his state too, which we were just like, yeah, makes sense. They said, don't sweat it, bro. We ain't getting no mail anytime soon.
I don't doubt that.
So then, he finally sent it after everything thawed out, right?
Plus,
And then-
Onimusha 3 is better.
It is. It honestly is.
Yeah.
But so we messaged him about it, and he was like, fuck. Like, I literally got got given that with like someone's whole collection or something a while back.
Oh my God.
And I was just selling out the individual games, and I just took a picture of them and put them on the internet. I didn't look in there. Like, I saw that there was a disc in there. It said Onimusha. Yeah.
Fuck.
So my brain said, yep, game's in
So
there.
did you get your money back?
Me and my wife tried to figure out what we wanted to do exactly with it. As a dude seemed pretty much legit.
Also, 3's worth more than 4. I mean, you could sell the extra copy of 3 and then buy
Yeah,
a copy of 4.
I was honestly like, at the end of the day, having a spare copy of 3 isn't the worst, thing in the world. My copy is pretty old, pretty torn up.
I agree.
So I was just like, it's not what I wanted, but he doesn't have what I wanted. And, going through all that shipping and stuff, yeah, nah, fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I
It's $30. It's a little more than I would have wanted to just lost on that, but
Yeah.
eh.
I think the other big thing that I've seen a lot of people bring up about that, and now that you mentioned that your copy is kind of old, this is a good segue.
I mean, it's the
is
same series and everything, so like I got a spare copy of 3, whatever. Sorry, go on.
It's the archival aspect of it.
Right. Which is why I'm
Is,
not as mad.
A lot of digital games, cannot be archived because once the servers go down, they're dead forever.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I think a good example of that has been brought up a lot is Crash 2, I believe is the game from Ubisoft.
Really? Bandicoot?
No, the racing game.
Okay.
No, Burnout 2, you mean, or something?
Nah, it's like some.
Yeah,
A
'cause
game
Burnout,
no one's heard of that
Cruise
everyone's so
2.
concerned about.
No, but it is good. Bring up a good point. Where like even if it's because like if you're going down the route that games are art, right? Then they should be archived for cultural reasons alone. No other argument matters.
Why isn't there a backup of these things? It would be so easy to just hand it off to the internet after
Well,
you're
Eric,
done making money.
do
for it.
I have news for you? It's capitalism.
Yeah, it's money.
Um,
It's definitely money.
But yeah, that's I don't know. That's the big thing for me is if you're gonna go off on this whole games are art and all that kind of bullshit, there has to be a way.
Which
to
that
archive
is
this.
bullshit. Games are not art. That's what he's trying to say.
Art is opinions don't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Asmongold has said.
Facts don't care about your feelings. We just agree with Ben Shapiro on this. Dark Souls is a good example of that. Dark Souls doesn't really work and hit the same without the online aspect because
Right.
it's so built around leaving each other messages, playing with each other. So once Dark Souls servers are down, you're stuck with the shitty, like, non-online version of Dark Souls. You're never going to get that experience again.
Yeah, you're gonna forever have a 80% Dark Souls experience from it. Like the whole
Did you play
game's there.
Lost Planet?
Oh,
No.
those third-person shooter games where you
In the
fight
snow.
bugs on the snow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I played the first
the
one.
multiplayer of those games were fucking fantastic.
I always wanted to, dude.
They
I
were
always
great.
wanted to
Never
so
played
bad.
the multiplayer.
Fucking fantastic time. There was like so it wasn't like RP because there was no RPing, but it was like almost RP Lite at the time, where like people would somewhat pretend just to be like the little people running around in squads and stuff, and like the bugs would come after you. Oh god,
that's
it was
cool.
so much fun.
Hey, how old were you when that came out? Like 10?
I don't know.
Yeah, you must
I
have been
no
young.
idea, but yeah, I was young.
You ever played-
I remember I couldn't beat the story, but I could play the multiplayer.
Did you ever
It was
play
a lot of
Earth
fun.
Defense Force?
I don't think so.
That's the new like replacement for that. I think is Earth Defense Force. Earth Defense Force is way more comedic.
What was
though.
the first RTS you played?
Warcraft 1 maybe?
I played Red Alert. My dad got Red Alert.
Red Alert 1 or 2?
The one where you fight the Soviets.
That's both of them. That's why it's Red Alert. They're red.
Oh, it might have been both then.
Was it the one that had the psychic with the bald head? Yuri?
I don't know. Because all I remember was just because I was way too young to be able to really know anything when it came out. Because he got
anything at all? You didn't know?
All I knew was that there were little dudes running around the screen, and I could take my mouse and like make a bunch of them go fight the red dudes, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
Will was actually blind, deaf, and dumb up until the age of 12.
I was going to say, he didn't know anything.
He did play this game at the time, but he only
I couldn't
knows
actually
through
beat the
recordings
story.
of it.
My dad would just like let me play it to be entertained.
That's kind of cute. That's
He would also play like Lara Croft.
Lara Croft.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lara Croft, Minecraft's old offshoot.
Depending on what you necessarily consider an RTS, because I feel like what you're talking about is slightly more specific. Technically, it would be the
Wait, did we do
original
the
Shogun
intro?
Total War.
Yeah, we did
yes,
the intro.
yes, we did.
Oh, thank
I said I was Aaron Paul.
Yeah, remember?
Okay.
Anyway, technically, it would be Shogun Total War, but if that doesn't count because it's kind of doing its own thing compared to what you're talking about, then it would be Age of Empires 2.
Yeah, Total War is like.
Total War is a 4X game.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an RTS, but I get you.
It is an RTS.
It has
but
it's RTS mechanics.
like,
Lots of them.
There weren't other games doing what Shogun was doing at the time,
true.
so RTS was just what you would call that.
Absolutely.
True.
It's a strategy game,
Do you
and then
think-
occasionally you get to play an RTS game.
Actually, good topic.
There's a lot going on.
Do you guys think that games are mixing too many genres together right now?
Some do, some don't. I feel like, taking all the ingredients that we already know exist, much like we were saying either in last podcast or just earlier, there's only so many things that exist in the world.
Yeah.
I forget the Latin, but nothing new under the sun. So at the end of the day, eventually you're just going to have to take ingredients that we all already know exist and find a way to mix them up
Sure.
into something that feels and looks new.
I don't necessarily mean that though. I mean like it feels like every game now is like
Early access survival crafting.
you gotta have a farming aspect of it.
Everything
you gotta have
has
a
a
building
level-
aspect
an
of it. You
RPG
gotta have
leveling
a
system.
Yeah, you gotta have a fishing mechanic. You gotta have some RPG elements. You gotta have a racing game in it.
Everything
you gotta have
has to be
racing game. That
online
one's- I don't know.
and everything has to be multiplayer.
Yeah, you gotta have some shooter elements. I feel like I don't know, games are just not being specific enough, so they're failing.
Good
more.
games narrow down their focus.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, look at a game with a dumb,
like
simple
Baldur's
focus.
Gate.
Yes, okay, that's a game with an incredibly large scale and complex.
But it does basically
but it
mix
does
two
basically
things.
do like a small scale thing. I was actually gonna mention something like Fall Guys,
Okay, yeah.
where it's like just one simple concept refined.
Yeah,
Hey, on
that's
the-
arcade games.
On the five whatever things that we talked about the last
it's
episode.
like 3 episodes ago at this point, dude.
Whatever.
We record 3 episodes tonight.
It's like 5 episodes ago now.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Power
when
World,
we were
everybody
talking
hates
about
Power
Power
World.
World, and you were talking about the 5 things you got from extra credit, what would Fall Guys go under?
Mastery.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
it's just getting
Yeah,
really
just getting
fucking
skilled.
good at it.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
gotta do the quick twitch skill get. Honestly, it's similar to playing like online Call of Duty. It's just
Yeah.
mastery. You just want to get better at scooting around people and shooting them and stuff. Which is fun and fine. That's a
I have-
perfectly viable way to have fun with a video game.
I have never been as good at a video game as I was at Call of Duty 2 when I was 10.
Call of Duty 2 was the shit on
I
the
was-
Xbox 360.
I was unbelievably godly at that game. I wish that I had any footage of it. I was just running around with that rifle. There was just like the Mosin Nagant. I was
Yes,
just rolling around with
Mosin
that,
Nagant,
killing people in one hit from across the map.
Mosin Nagant's a good rifle. I own
yeah,
one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
was
just
an-
insane.
I was a noob tuber.
Yeah, you were a little kid when 2 came out,
I
though, right?
noob-tubed the shit out of people.
Yeah. You were like a Modern Warfare kid.
I was actually a big fan of the Car 98, doing the same thing you were doing, but with the German one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing.
Well, we
Yeah.
know why you picked the
The
German
M1
one.
Garand was like the Car 98 of like the other side.
Well, okay, yes and no. So like especially in Call of Duty, you had like the Enfield. Well, okay, let's start. There's the Mosin Nagant and the Car 98, 5-shot bolt action rifles, incredibly high power, but slow because it's bolt action. The Enfield, the British version, is exactly the same, except it holds 10 rounds.
I forgot
So
you
slight
like guns.
advantage. And then the American version holds 8 rounds, but the difference between that and all of the
Is the
others
ping.
Is that you get to shoot up a school with it.
it's a semi-automatic rifle.
Oh, that's how
It shoots every time you
That's how you
squeeze the
get all the
trigger.
kids.
That's how you get all the kids.
It's significantly faster, just as powerful. And yeah, a lot of Americans
Eric,
were
did you
really,
ever
really
hear about the
happy
story?
about that being their rifle when they got home to talk about. They was like, "Yeah, fucking Kraut like took a shot and missed, started pumping back his stupid fucking rifle, and I popped him 3 times."
Jesus.
You know, like I've heard a story like that.
Did you ever hear
from
about
a
the guy
veteran.
who got like a bar and just started shooting people from a rooftop?
You might want to say what a bar is.
the BAR?
Yeah.
The what this says?
Browning
Stand for-
automatic rifle.
Yeah, Browning automatic rifle. Thank you. It's a 20-shot high caliber machine gun with a
First,
5.5 usually.
technically the first automatic rifle.
The home of the free, the land of the
I
brave.
don't think it's technically a rifle, but it might as well. It fucking should count. In
the
my
home of
belief.
AR-15s
Okay, so, like,
and the
this
kids
is-
in the grave.
I think it's like the first handheld heavy machine gun kind of deal
It
where it was
is,
like
but it
story
should
of a
just be
girl.
the automatic rifle. It should be credited as the first fucking automatic rifle.
I mean, was there nothing else fully automatic that was a
At
handheld
the-
shot rifles rounds?
During World War One. No,
World War One?
that's when the bar came out.
I'm sorry, I'm very used to calling it the BAR, but
You can fact check me.
I mean, you can
You can-
pronounce an acronym. That's fine.
No, I'm saying the
No,
I'm saying the
you
bar
mean
came out
when
in
it
World
came
War
out in
One.
No, I'm just trying to think if there was if that's truly the first fully automatic rifle cartridge.
I think-
Welcome to
I-
History
I think
Cast,
the
where we
te-
talk about the history of guns in World War
Yeah.
One.
Welcome to the podcast episode
That's
where
a really
Patrick
fu-
doesn't talk at all because he gets bored.
And he interjects with a racist thing every 3
I think
minutes.
the technical first gun that like gets the automatic rifle, actually is that German paratrooper one. It's like the clutch. I don't remember its name, but it's,
probably
the one that
called
looks
the
like an
Gewehr
AK.
something.
It looks like a proto AK.
Oh, you're talking about the MP42.
No, I'm talking about the one that looks like an AK. Oh,
Yes,
maybe.
the not the MP40, the
Yeah.
MP42.
Yeah.
Well, no,
okay.
it might be the MG44
I don't
because
know.
there's the MG42, which is that like super fast like
I like how
sitting
you were
machine gun.
lightly. Are you playing vaporwave over there?
Yes.
What? I'm sorry. What? I'm playing Subway Surfers.
Oh, good. Anyways, you were saying, Eric.
Patrick, put up the Subway Surfers on the screen.
Yes, I think the MG42 was the emplaced machine gun that had the stupidly high fire rate, and then I think it might be the MG44 that you're talking about that looks like an AK-47, and it does look like one. But if you are a gun nerd, you'd know that thing does not work anything like an AK-47.
Yeah, you're right. No, it's the STG-44.
That one is called the that one is better known as the first assault rifle.
But
That
I
was the
feel
word
like
you
the
were looking
bar
for.
should get the credit for that.
I can see where you're coming from. That's a good argument.
Yeah,
I can see an argument being made for
the
the
BAR.
44 being
Oh no, of
you
course,
know-
and I think it gets the technical credit.
mhm.
I'm just saying, I think the BAR, it came out in World War One. You could shoulder fire it just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, automatically, I think you had to walk with it, hip fire it. I don't know if you're shoulder firing a BAR
it had the
automatically.
bipod. You would ideally you can shoot it just fine from the shoulder or the hip, but if you're using fully
I'd
automatic,
still
you would want to
say-
lay down and prop it up
Fight
against
me in the
something.
comics. I'm still saying BAR, first automatic rifle.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be right. To be completely honest, you saying it came out in World War One sounds pretty fucking familiar.
Yeah. Well, we have footage of what we used to, as you probably know, when we did the walking barrages, part of this, part of the strategy behind it was walking with the BAR and just shooting it, at the Germans until they put their heads down and just continuously walking at them.
Well, that's the thing is like, fully automatic fire in general, is best used for things like room clearing and suppression. So on open battlefield, the ability to pick up your, heavy
Your
machine gun,
yeah.
and like, move as a like walking gun emplacement was a good strategic, thing to have in your back
The
pocket.
Strummen Growler is what it was called. That's a cool name, not gonna lie. Strummen Growler. Sturmen Growler.
I believe you're trying to say the word Sturmgewehr.
My version sounded cooler.
No, Sturmgewehr sounds a lot cooler.
No, Sturmen Growler, like he growls at you.
I was about to say, are you trying? Like, I had to look at it because I was like, are you trying to say Sturmgewehr?
Sorry, I was watching classic Vines.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah, man, we were weird.
Do you like them? Those are some of the best ones, dude. Those
I
are
never picked up.
I'll be
Vine.
honest, I was too busy in my gun talks. I didn't look at the screen.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't look at the screen. Sorry.
Well, Patrick had it. Future Patrick had it up on the screen the
What we
whole
were
time,
talking
so you can
about
watch it
was-
later if you want.
Infinitely more interesting.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know. Classic Vines. That's history right there.
I say classic
Eric,
guns from the World War I, World War II period.
Do you
are
think
much
the
more
new
interesting,
the
but,
new
yeah.
Russian AK is any good? The AK, not what is the new one? 50 or something like that? I don't remember. Hold
I
on.
don't know. I
heard
haven't
it's
really seen much
terrible.
about it. Like, I kind of feel like they peaked at the AK-74, and now they're just like putting a hat on a hat. It's just
Well,
like.
and the big problem is you can't put any sights on it. They don't have any like.
What's the point then? Accessorizing
you
is
can't
like
put,
the
like,
modern
lasers on
military
it.
standard.
Yeah, like that's the big thing with AKs though is like you just can't like what's the word, modular. They're not modular at all.
Not particularly, but that was the whole point of the 74, is they made it more modular.
Oh yeah,
Like,
the
they gave it,
AK-12M1 is the new Russian AK. Yeah,
me see it.
that's what the bad boy looks like right there. Future Patrick, put that up.
What?
Put up the new Russian AK.
Well, no
Okay.
offense, but
Future Patrick, put this up too.
that looks really modular.
It might be.
Like
it might be new now.
They covered it in
That's
like
the new one.
all the same shit that like an AR
Now,
normally looks like
granted,
it's
that
covered
is
in.
not what normal Russian troops get,
Well, yeah, nobody gets the brand new thing,
unless you're American.
Yeah, the AK-12M1. Yeah.
Do you think?
We're
they're-
being aggressively ignored by Patrick right
and
now.
I'm being aggressively about guns. Did you see that?
You don't like D's nuts, dude?
Did you see that the army was thinking about switching our main battle rifle?
Are they still trying to go to some sort of over-designed bullpup?
They're trying to go back to 308.
I
So
Get it. I
So
just
you didn't
don't
hear about
see-
the hold on. You didn't hear about the fucking new rifle that we're trying to operate with?
I mean, we've actually been using our designated marksmen have been using like a 308 AR style variant for like years.
Yeah,
Like-
but like they want like the main infantry rifle to be a 308 now. What's funny about that is it fucks over our allies because we made everyone switch to 5.56.
Yeah.
And we made that the goddamn standard of the world.
I mean, it's relatively effective round. That shooting that we were doing the other day that I showed you some footage of, my dad had a 22 Magnum Henry lever action, and the 22 Magnum rounds hitting an open can with some water in it made them fucking explode.
So this badass boy comes with a suppressor all on it automatically. Cool thing about it is it works as both a light machine gun.
It looks like
can
there's more than
basically-
one version. I see a version here with a built-in suppressor,
Yeah.
and I see a version that looks like it has a screw-on suppressor.
Yeah. So another
Fuck.
thing is like it comes really easily like
Fuck.
as a light machine gun basically.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can kind of just have everyone equipped with this and kind of almost just everyone have sort of a light machine gun. The cool thing about the sights is that they're like digitally equipped to your helmet or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that heads-up display stuff. I remember them experimenting with that in the early 2000s. I can only imagine
Yeah,
there's
the
probably
Future
some pretty
Soldier
nice
project.
Yeah, I imagine there's some pretty fucking nice versions of that where
It's
it's
gotta be
literally
by now,
straight
right?
Call of Duty. Like your gun has a thing equipped to it that gives you crosshairs essentially,
Yeah.
and it goes to your fucking helmet. And when you point your gun at shit, you can see the crosshairs now. which is pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, I heard like you're like lit up in like an orange glow and stuff, so they can see that you're friendly and stuff.
Oh yeah, they use IR, infrared stuff, and then that way all of your allies glow a certain color, and then that way if you see movement from somebody who doesn't have the little IR aura,
Pop, pop.
yeah, pop, pop. Watch a word we have
believe,
never said on this podcast drop.
Now I will say, funnily enough, there was a lot of controversy over this because, like, you know, us switching ammo types and stuff like that fucks over. But I would like to say the more I've learned about the U.S.'s strategy in regards of like how we kind of operate with the rest of the world, it makes sense actually. So the U.S. is, as far as it's concerned in the geopolitical sphere, we are the like Western army essentially, and everyone else's army supports us. And legit, you can look at other countries' like strategy. They build their strategies around supporting us. No insult. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
The British are a really good example of that.
Correct. I see what you mean by that. I see what you mean by that. You know.
So the basically like us switching to 308. The reason to do that is because China has started equipping a lot of their troops now with body armor. Which, you know, our adversaries before now have been low. I hate to say low effort, but I guess low effort.
Just low funding.
Low funded, you know, terrorist.
Yeah,
so they didn't have
work
like
with,
they barely had body armor and stuff like that. But like now that we're getting back into like
you don't need, you know, a bunch of body armor if you're doing super low funding guerrilla tactics.
Yeah, and now that we're getting back to peer-to-peer intimidation, sword rattling shit, they're thinking since we might be in it with China soon, and you know maybe Russia in the near future, we're gonna need a more powerful, you know, ammo type. So the idea, I guess, would go is that if we're switching to a more powerful type, then the rest of the world can kind of just back us up. And it's not like everyone in our military is getting this. It's just the infantry.
Oh, yeah, they won't. And implementing it in general will take a hot fucking minute. You know, you'll have like half of the guys having the new 308 rifles and half of them all still having the old, you know, 5.56s.
M4,
you know.
M16, whatever it is.
It varies depending on what branch, where, and when you ask. But the various M16, M4, and AR based platforms that we use.
I will say, I think the AR platform has got to be the best platform in the world.
It's
literally build your own gun, Build-A-Bear the gun.
Yeah, it's got such a
Now keep going.
It's got such a versatile design.
He wins
metric.
if we pay him any attention, Eric.
It's got such a versatile design, Doc, that it can be the general blueprint of it can be easily modified to perform well in a lot of different scenarios.
Yeah.
You know, you can add shotguns, you can add grenade launchers, all sorts of optics and lights.
Do you think shotgun's a good breaching tool? You a fan of the shotgun breach? I don't think I am personally, actually.
It's a pretty badass way to do it.
Sure, it's badass. I don't think I don't know. I don't think I'm into it. I'd rather you bang the door with a C4 or, you know, get like a door bursting kind of type of deal. I don't feel like equipping someone with a shotgun is a good idea.
Well, what problem do you have with the shotgun in and of itself?
I just feel like it's too low rate of fire. Like when you're going up against automatic fire.
You said shotgun breaching.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't have time to put it away.
That's why you use the shotgun lower on your AR.
Yeah, but nah, because I haven't seen that.
You've never seen that? That's actually very common for breaching.
Well, I've seen that underside, but I've not seen them use that for breaching. What I see them using is like a
M70 or something.
Yeah, M70, where like they have a full ass pump shotgun. You know, they shoot the hinges and then the lock.
Well, they're not the guy who walks in first usually either. He shoots that, and then he backs up, and two guys with AR platforms go in. And then he pumps and walks behind them to, you know, provide support fire. The guy with the shotgun breaches the actual door. He does not go through the doorway first.
Who do you think the best gun manufacturer is? I'm a big H&K simp.
Kind of varies too often. And it depends on what gun they make that you're talking about.
I'm a big H&K simp.
Because, you know, let me think.
Especially for pistols. Oh, I love a good H&K pistol.
I would say CZ and Ruger hold some special places in my heart.
Do like a Ruger.
And if you're looking for an Eastern European manufacturer for good pistols, you'll never get any better than a CZ. Especially if you're trying to stay out of the Soviet bloc. No. Because that's Czech Republic.
Right.
You know.
I feel like I feel like the Eastern European gun thing is just a mad mixed bag of just.
Some of them are great. Some of them are, nonsense. Most of them are somewhat neutral. Obviously, they have their standouts. SK platform.
The AK thing alone, if you look into it, like each Eastern European country,
is a lovely rifle too.
Each Eastern European country has like their own version of the AK. Like none of them. What's crazy about it to me is like if you take like an old Polish AK and then go get a Czechian AK or go get a Estonian AK, those parts do not interchange.
Oh yeah, no,
they are specifically built for that country. Funnily enough,
yeah, some parts will, but some parts that should don't.
Which is wild to me because like if you take an AR from like anywhere, you can almost I feel like just kind of put it all together.
Yeah, that's somewhat true to a certain degree. Mind you, there are some that are a little further off, but
sure.
Like oh shit, what was I thinking? With the
come on, Eric, last 10 more minutes. Come on. I only need 10 more minutes, Eric.
Shit, no, just remind me what we were saying just a second ago.
We were talking about the AK platform and how AK platforms are very specific to the countries that they were built in, while the ARs are very modular.
Yeah, well, a lot of these old countries, especially in the Soviet bloc, stopped communicating properly after the fact.
That's true.
So, like, China, for instance, has, I believe, it's the Type 17, I think.
I thought it was the Type 88.
Yeah, it's a type. They call all their guns type number.
Yeah.
So it much like county roads, it gets confusing if you're not familiar in that area.
I have heard it is okay. It reminds me of the.
I mean, it's the AK platform made by a country that has enough money to make decent guns, so it's gonna be okay.
I heard it reminds me a lot of the French battle rifle. Isn't that the FAMAS?
Oh, okay. I was about to say, whoa. What era of French battle rifles? Because they had some of the worst in World War II.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the modern one. That's
some
actually
of that stuff was straight garbage.
fairly fucking decent. I like
the
FAMAS
like platform, the bullpup style rifles.
Yeah.
The magazines behind the grip.
Yeah, I'm actually, I used to not be a big fan of the bullpup, but I've become a better fan of it.
I've heard good things. I mean, it has its, flaws, but I've never got my hands on one.
Biggest flaw to me is you can't reload and aim down at the same time, which is why I would say, for any regular army,
I see what you're meaning.
The magazine being in the front in any, I think that's just better for any combat situation.
Mm-hmm.
Me having to take my sights off of where I'm looking. If you got
used to it, it's kind of like how I carry around a 6-gun.
The biggest problem is you have to take your eyes off whatever you're looking at to reload.
Do you though?
Yeah, think about it. I'm sitting here.
Like you've got here, you put your
I
other
have
hand
to
back,
do this.
You can do this. You don't have to push it up. You can just get it from out from under like that. I don't know because I've never held one.
Yeah, I can't say I know.
Yeah, I really would have to fiddle with it myself to have a stronger opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like to me that you wouldn't be able to keep someone who has in the comments if you played with a bullpup. Tell me if you can reload it without having to take your eyes off the sight.
Yeah, can you keep it downrange the whole time and keep the target in the sights while you're changing magazines? Because I honestly have no fucking clue. Will brings up a point, but it might be a moot point.
Could be a moot point. I could just be wrong.
Yeah, I mean that I do not know. But I'd love to try. If you would like to donate a bullpup rifle to the AnythingCast, we will take any of your donations. Do the
British still use a bullpup?
No. They've got their own thing that they've been using.
Let's see. What do they use now?
I forget. They had
not the
AN-96. No, that's also Soviet.
Modern.
They had something. I forget what it's called.
Let's see what they got.
But
they got the SA-80. What's that look like? Ooh, they are. It's still bullpup.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, there you go. They are using a bullpup style. I remember they had their own thing that Australia was using as well. It might not have been the main standard like infantry rifle though. I cannot remember.
Australian Army. You know what surprises me? You'd think Australia would be a bigger naval power.
Well, it's because Australia just
like, why aren't they
doesn't
a bigger
have-
naval power? I don't know. It just confuses me. Like they're right next to China. They're the most
never been
contested navy spot in the world. They're next to China, Taiwan, the Philippines, New Zealand,
I would say the biggest issue
Japan,
is that
Korea.
Australia just doesn't have a economic
They
powerhouse.
don't have any incentive to do it.
to do it with. Like they don't really have
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
about
money
that.
lying around to do it with. They'd rather spend it on other things.
I could see that.
And because the entire center of Australia is uninhabitable, but like that kind of drives home the point that you're saying, which is to say the entire population is coastal, like to a certain degree. Like, so why don't they have more navy stuff going on? I've had Australian wine. I think that's the only thing I've had imported from Australia. Have you had anything?
The Australian, I've had some Barbie, some shrimp on a Barbie.
You've been to Outback Steakhouse before? Is that your experience with Australian imports?
Yeah, the most Australian I've gotten is watching The Crocodile Hunter.
I guess they do import entertainment sometimes.
Dude, they have a badass rifle. Look at that thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
pretty.
That's fucking nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like what they had in the 80s, I think. That's probably what I'm actually
Still
thinking about.
bullpup. So someone tell me why bullpups are like good. Someone explain to me why armies are using bullpups. I still don't feel like they're good for combat situations.
I mean, it can't suck that bad if this
I
many
guess-
nations are
I
choosing
guess
to
not.
use it.
I just need someone to explain to me like why. Give me the reason.
Yeah, what distinguishes it over the AK and AR platforms?
Yeah, like someone
Like-
explain that to me.
Because I've heard people compare, the AKs and ARs, to death. Obviously, everybody's heard those comparisons before. And people way smarter and more well-informed than me have made those comparisons, so I'll leave that to other YouTube channels. But, like, what the fuck is the serious advantage of the bullpup? I
not
can't
sure.
see it just by looking at it, Like, AK, simpler, more streamlined design.
Yeah, see, the Germans
less
get it.
pieces.
Look at that. That's the new German. That's the German modern rifle.
Yeah, it looks at AR. It's AR kind of. Well, it has that other. What's it called? Like the stare. I want to say and that's like STEYR. Like a stare AUG maybe.
Yeah.
Shit, I forget. Oh, there's so many
Little
fucking
micro dot
manufacturer
there.
names and shit. It does get a little overwhelming if you're not familiar with any of it. Sometimes when my dad and my older brother start talking about it, since they're more into like the modern guns,
Right.
and like there's only so many different ways you can describe a fucking AR before I'm just like,
It's an AR.
you're just cycling through pieces and manufacturers, and I just don't know enough about the difference between all these pieces and manufacturers to care. Like, so you're putting a bigger barrel on it? Like, I'm fine with my double barrel 12 gauge.
Oh no, we were both wrong. The Chinese Army's rifle is the QBZ 95.
Who
And,
has the AN95?
Oh, look at that's what it looks like. That's why
Oh, what the fuck?
it is an amalgamation.
Another
isn't it?
goddamn much uglier looking bullpup. I don't know. It
Yeah.
looks like it has a 40 round magazine though.
Do you agree with the top grip? You see what I'm talking about? That little.
Oh, that thing, the handlebar
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
that's
yeah.
been there since like the M16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually uses that as like a suitcase handle. That's more just
my favorite
for like,
story about the M16 when they had that handlebar is people would get in trouble for using it.
Yeah, because it does as a child. I look at it and I'm just like, yeah, it's like a suitcase grip. And it's just
Yeah.
like, no. And now that I think about it as someone who like uses guns, I'm like, yeah, you really shouldn't carry it like that. Why would you carry it like that? That's a irresponsible way to carry any gun.
Wait, why can't you carry it like that? I thought that was
Because
why it
you're
was made that way.
carrying it parallel. Why would you do that?
That's true.
That's
yeah,
stupid.
No one would
you
carry a gun that way.
gun pointing
That's
up or
true.
down.
Absolutely, you're right.
Like
You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Don't carry it like a fucking suitcase.
Yeah, you'd shoot somebody.
And imagine these fucking, like, this is early Vietnam, fucking 18-year-old morons
Get drafted
with fully loaded
Oh my God,
M16s pointing them at each other like suitcases all the time.
Who was the fucking guy who convinced Congress to get a bunch of like mentally ill people to get drafted?
Oh, God. I'm aware of that happening, but I'm not familiar with the
Yeah, but
event
imagine
very
being on the
much.
unit who has to have those guys.
Oh, God.
You're just like, oh, fuck.
You know, I mean, the military will still, to this day, if you have, like, minor stuff on your record or something, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, if you want to just join now, like, we can expunge that shit, like, and that'll be part of your contract. You know. Now, obviously, if you murdered your wife, I don't think that's on the table. But, if an ex-girlfriend, you know, accused you of stalking in high school, in the early days of social media, that's a good way to get out. Since I knew a lot of people trying for the Marine Corps, let's just say I heard some examples at the time. And, you know, just to be clear, I actually did know the guy in question, and it was stupid, you know, drama with, like, kids. You know, it wasn't actual stalking. You know.
Huh, I think the French are maybe
little cyberbullying, though,
phasing
perhaps.
out the FAMAS.
Are
Yeah,
they just
their
trading it out
new-
for something else that's bullpup style?
We'll see. The HK416F is what they're trading it out for. Let's see what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like, you know,
My
it's
dick.
German, that's for sure.
Yeah, the H&K. Heckler and Koch.
That's not what I meant to do.
You know, I've actually always heard it said that way, but I have no idea if it's Heckler and Koch or Heckler and Koch.
You know, I like Heckler and Koch.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll go
It's too
with.
bad Patrick's not here with us this day, or he would have
Oh,
really
he'll
enjoyed
burp
hearing
or
about
do
Heckler
something
and
to
Koch.
force his way into this. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So no bullpup. They're getting away from the bullpup action.
Yeah, they're going back towards a more AR-looking design for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that does just look
I mean,
like
it
it looks
it's
like an M4, M16 or something.
Yeah, like even stuff that's departing from it kind of has the same fucking silhouette.
I'm telling you, dude, the
You
AR,
know.
man, just fucking like rules the world. Rules the absolute roost.
Mm-hmm. I still like my old double barrel.
We're pausing so Patrick can see if we've made enough time.
Do we do it?
He's decided not. Okay,
Need
we still
8
got to
more
talk
minutes.
about some guns.
Okay, yeah.
Need 8 more minutes.
Give me another gun topic, Eric.
All right,
Before I start descending into politics, because I will.
single action or double action for your revolvers?
In a modern day, you gotta go double action. I mean, what, are you gonna waste time fucking cocking the hammer every time?
It depends on what you're trying to do.
No, I mean, if you're gonna do it, just I guess if you're I'm being practical, I'm doing double.
Mhm.
I guess if I'm being fun, single,
Mhm.
because it is fun to cock the hammer.
Well, it's like for instance, if I'm gonna conceal carry, then I've got this little 5-shot 38 Smith & Wesson that's hammerless. You know, so it's only double action.
Right.
You know, and not having the hammer is important because I'm carrying it in like a pouch or in a pocket or something like that. You don't want the hammer to snag on stuff like when you're
course.
trying to whip it out or anything like that. But at home, I just open carry, you know, a single action 6-shot 357 Magnum. Now, but again, I'm not expecting someone to kind of like pop up from around the corner or something there.
Right.
Like, you know, I've got dogs all over the
Some
place
snakes.
and like walking around. Oh no, that's what the Bond Arms Rough and Rowdy 410 pistol is for. That's
What do you what's
for
your favorite
popping them.
pistol
Of mine or just in general?
in general?
Hmm.
Like the Mark IV Ruger is my favorite pistol, I think.
I am going to go ahead and make all the Ocelot fans happy and say, the Colt Single Action Army. The greatest pistol in the world.
Good.
6 shots. enough to kill anything that moves.
If that doesn't bring Patrick back in conversation,
Fuck,
nothing
I forgot
will.
to get my PAL balls from home before I left.
Get fucked, cuck.
Playing that AI trash.
Oh my.
No, that's misinformation. It's apparently not AI.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
we'll
that
get
was...
YouTube comments about it.
I just tried to make a man into a
Misinformation.
slave, but I couldn't because I didn't pick up all my balls.
You gotta hold your balls in your hand when you make a man your slave.
You're telling me, Dad.
Patrick, what was the PAL World Civil War about?
It was about, if I recall, it was about taxes and
Taxes for what?
like states' rights.
States' rights to do what?
PAL state rights for what?
It was like about it was like about the economy.
And what ran their economy?
Yeah, what economic factors were they opposed to?
You know, like balls.
What do you do with these balls?
What were these balls that the economy need these balls for? Exactly.
What do you do with these balls?
You don't really do anything with them because the game's fucking glitched and they won't let me use them at all. Apparently. Okay.
There it is. There
It's
it
just
is.
dumb. It doesn't know how to scroll through the balls.
Okay. We've all been there, haven't we?
As is tradition.
There. I've caught a man. No?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
There he goes. Yeah, look at that. He caught a man.
Oh, hold on.
It was too strong.
Your
He came out.
Firefox is gonna
Dude,
kill him.
You gotta put him to sleep
Not my
first.
Firefox.
Did you try
Mozilla's
paralyzing him?
Firefox.
Are you climbing on your
That seems
poke?
like a
What
glitch.
the fuck?
There we go.
Whoa!
What did you just do? What? He climbed on top of his Pokeball as he was capturing a man,
Blew up in the air.
and then he blew up in the air like 1,000 feet. That's
What's wrong, man? You never seen a man climb on another man's balls?
I mean,
I've
I've
seen
never
it.
seen him bounce that high. That's all I'm saying. Like, damn. Like,
Well,
Get over and sit on
Ride
my
it
balls. I'll bounce you that high.
pony. Oh man.
what are you gonna do, Will? You got 4 more minutes.
All right. So
Single
when
action, by the way.
when I clean my guns,
Single action only.
Uh,
and if you use double action, you're a pussy. Because you're a coward and you think you won't be able to get quick enough to it. So yeah, single action for life. And anybody who wants to fight me on that, we can have pistols at noon.
I've been thinking about possibly
By
getting
Missouri law?
Yeah, by Missouri law.
Did you hear
I've been
about that,
thinking
Eric?
about Missouri law allows you to do duels again.
No, but think about bringing it back.
That's probably a terrible idea.
Talk to their
But
GOP.
when you live in a state of misery, you know.
You know, Eric,
that's
when
a very
I
clever
clean my
joke I just
guns,
made.
usually I like to take the barrel off first. I'm a real big barrel take off stand first.
It depends on the type of gun.
Shotgun is most of what I'm thinking of. It's usually what I clean
Pump.
the most. Just what I shoot the most.
Yeah, fair enough.
I definitely like to take the barrel out and then pump myself. That's
I feel like
sorry.
shotguns
I
is
don't know
such
anything
a
about guns. I'm trying to.
A lot of times I'll just hit all the crevices with some Q-tips and shit, and then
Do you have a
oil the
cleaning kit at
entire
home?
outside. I have like 3, but and several specialized tools for various calibers. Also,
What's your
you
favorite
should
caliber?
get a bore snake for sure.
I've got a bore snake. Don't
Okay,
you worry.
good. Favorite caliber? I really like my 357 Magnum.
Mhm.
But
I'll say it. 22. I think 22 is the funnest caliber there is.
well, you can afford it. It works, and it's like, you know,
Blink, 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 blink.
yeah,
blink,
go
blink.
plinking, man. That's why they call it plinking ammo. Like, the thing is, it
Box
also,
comes with hundreds of fucking
oh yeah,
bullets in it.
I've got an 850 round box at home that
I
I've
love the
almost
22.
emptied.
I think 22 is by far some of my favorite pistols, rifles.
My
I love
350,
'em.
like my 357 single action that I carry, I will also sometimes carry that's a Ruger Vaquero.
Right.
Okay. I also have a Ruger Wrangler, which is the exact same pistol in 22. It has a shorter barrel and they have slightly cheaper materials.
Yeah.
But cause like the Vaquero will run you about 6, whereas the Wrangler will run you about 250.
Speaking of other personal defense weapons, you have a legitimate samurai sword, huh?
Yes. Well,
You want to tell the story
pretty
behind that?
close. It's a katana. It has it's an American capture that we bought at a garage sale, And one day, me and my brother were going there right when I was at peak weeb levels and had just been reading like history books about like samurai and how like, you know, the old school, you know, swordsmiths used to like sign the handles and all this kind of stuff. And I was watching this random redneck at his thing, for some reason, pull the fucking handle off of one of them. And I was like, huh, it's signed. That's interesting. And so he let us take it for $130. Some extensive Googling later dated it back to the 1910s.
During the Russo-Japanese War, right?
Russo-Japanese War, yep. So it survived that. Sword. It survived the officer, yep, who had it made. So technically speaking, he might have been samurai class, but the sword itself is only about 100 years old and was never in existence of somebody who was still in the social position of a samurai. Like, they were just related to samurai. And, you know, we found it, we bought it from him, and we finally priced it, and it would be at least $10,000.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful
So
story.
Turned 130 into 10,000. Never going to sell it, mind you, more than likely.
It's super cool.
Just
I
gonna
like the
oil
little
it and
detail
keep it
that he
up
has
there.
like little tiny knives inside of it.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that they don't match.
Yeah.
And the guy clearly made them like after the fact or had to replace them because he lost the initial one.
Yeah, so like he had to make his own.
You can start to like glean some of the history of it just by like looking at it.
I am
and
so
looking
much more
over it.
excited now that we've made time completely just telling you to fuck off this episode.
I'm just glad I didn't have to do a bit of work. It's been the firearms hour, and it's been an hour. I made sure it went an hour so I can call it the firearms hour.
It's the
and I'm
weapons
kind of
podcast
disappointed
today.
in you though. You did go to Blades at the end.
I cheaped out.
You cheaped out real
out.
hard at the end. You went to Blades, and I was disappointed. Honestly, not the best showing you've ever had. A good showing, but not the best showing you've
We'll
ever
give
had.
that for 3.5 stars.
Yeah, we'll give that 3.5 stars. So this has been the Anything Cast. I'm Patrick,
And I'm a gun.
I'm Will.
and we're guns.
Bang,
Swords.
bang. She shot me dead. Bang, bang.